What's he going to be? Let's find out. The only random player in the tournament spawning is Terran. He didn't play so well last game. He might do better this time around.
GuMiho for you.
Getting a shot of him now.
There he is.
Let's hope his Terran is better than his Protoss for his sake. And that he's good in these positions. In the blue over here is our Zerg player. Playing very solid in that previous game. Now, they're both quite close together. Standard scouting patterns here from the Zerg. The Zerg, of course, can check this location and turn around. Let's see if our random player knows to use the trick to check with the SCV to see what he's doing. Usually random players are actually better about this than one race players because they understand
they play
what
both
the
sides
advantage
of,
of random is and not knowing what your opponent has. So
now, if GuMiho doesn't send the SCV, I'll be surprised.
He's not. I can't believe this.
He really, it's blowing my mind actually because he also plays Zerg vs Terran.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he should know about this trick, and
I
mean, it's almost unacceptable to have anyone not check in close positions already.
Let's DQ him, man. He's out of the tournament.
Get out, GuMiho.
Go in the booth.
Kid must be a little bit nervous because I mean that is just standard nowadays.
It's
you
standard.
Check for that Overlord.
Yeah, back when I played Ram, that was like one of the first tricks I learned. I was like, oh, all right. Well, he's going to find out what I am later on.
Now we do have Monster taking a hatchery first, scouting now with this drone. Now GuMiho, we're going to see 2 barracks play, or are we going to see a command center? I think we might be seeing a command center here.
Looks like it.
No second barracks yet. Definitely should have been up by now if he wanted to do that. Oh. Look at this, Tasteless.
What?
That's a very late gas. Chases the
that's interesting.
The drone out and takes a gas. Huh.
Very interesting.
Yeah. It's just such a supremely late gas. It's really, really weird.
Now, I'm curious to see what the Zerg is going to elect to do, given the intel he was shown, because right now he assumes there's no gas.
What I would think as a Zerg player is, okay, there's either another barracks on the map or he's expanding.
Yeah, exactly. The two things that only cost minerals.
Yeah.
Now he's going to peek again. And
nice peek right there.
Nice peek.
Spotting that gas. And what that would most likely point to me is, okay, he was expanding. And while there is the command center, this is just a really weird build, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I know what's going to happen next.
Yeah. To just make the gas before command center is a little bit odd. Odd. But he is getting a very quick factory. And it looks like he wants to do a little bit of pressure here with the Marines. Going to force at least a lot of Zerglings to be made.
He's got to be careful not to overexert it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Or he's just going to...
Both queens coming down to help out.
It's actually amazing what you can do with Marines in this game as far as micro goes.
Oh, absolutely. Kite queens, semi-kite Zerglings.
You basically just stay right off the creep, and just keep shooting them.
That's right. Marines, though, going home immediately, realizing, of course, he's going to make a lot of Zerglings. This isn't going to do anything. Very smart move there. And we may be seeing Blue Flame Hellions. Definitely a possibility.
Hellions on the way. Let's see if he swaps the add-ons here.
We may be seeing that Marine Hellion pressure as well.
Yeah, the Marine Hellion pressure is quite good because oftentimes the Zerg has to take the drones off of minerals and try to help in the attack, but the drones clump up, allowing the Hellion's flame to just do so much more damage at once.
That's right.
Causing more workers to get killed, thus causing the opponent's economy.
Yeah. And it's also a very weird amount of units at a weird time. And the composition is it's quite good. The Marines deal a ton of damage, and the splash from the Hellion just weakens those Zerglings so much. Also, of course, can kite a lot, and here we go. He is doing a little bit of damage. There is a spine crawler going up, and he just slips.
Inside the main.
That's a beautiful move. He slips it inside. Might kill some drones, might not.
Actually, this turned out to be kind of disastrous.
Yeah, he does lose the Marines, but this Hellion is going to be able to do some really good scouting.
Yeah, that is true. Meanwhile, the Hellion still running around, getting a lot of kills off over here, but not really doing the right kind of damage. You really want to be getting drones or taking out the key units. Looks like he's going to get a few more drones here. Actually, is he going to get it? Meanwhile, we have a Reactor Tech Lab. He's getting the blue flame for the Hellions.
Yep, and the Overlord just flew out of there, so he kind of knows what's going on. But I don't see any Roach Warren going up for a Zerg player.
No, I don't see one either.
So the blue Hellions could do quite a good job, but you know he does have Speedlings on creep as well as a a Spine Crawler and 3 Queens. So between all that, if Mike heard correctly, 1 factory blue Hellions shouldn't be too big a deal. But ooh, I like this. Back at our Terran main base, he is going to switch over to the Reactor after getting the blue flame Hellion upgrade, and that's going to mean he can make a lot more of them.
Zerg could be in some trouble here.
Yeah. Blue Flame Aliens are very scary, but the Spire is going up. So.
Spire, there it is, on the way. Terran is going to 2-base pretty heavily. I'm curious to see when he's going to expand. He might, because he's getting the Blue Flame Hellions really quickly, he might actually just wait for the Zerg to expand and then attack.
Definitely a possibility. You know, Baneling Nest is going up as we see there. The Spire almost done. What he wants to do here is force as many Zerglings as possible, kill as many Zerglings as possible, and I think he's going to try to hit a timing attack off a couple of Reactor Barracks.
Nice. He's taking out these creep tumors too. That's going to mess up the Zerg's mobility.
As I was saying, you know, he's going to get some Medivacs out, get a bunch of Marines out, see if he can't hit a timing attack with Blue Hellions and Marines.
Yeah. We have Mutalisks on the way. I'm curious as to the hotkey setup for this guy. Oh, by the way, this is pretty nice.
Yeah, and
I wonder if he's going to let that complete.
That's actually especially cool because with the Blue Flame Hellions, it's going to be harder to clear that out with Zerglings. Look, he wants to make a hatchery. And if the Mutas go over there, that just buys time for Terran to prepare for the Mutas.
Yeah, exactly. And in this case, Zerg can't expand. Zerg's attacking this depot, which means Terran has time to set up turrets.
And look at this. The Blue Hellions are going in and hitting a lot of these Zerglings now. Very nice surround there. And he does run away with the rest. It's a very good surround.
Yeah, very
Monster.
good. Mutalisks now chasing back the Blue Flame Hellions.
A lot of Medivacs being made right now.
Mutalisks are going for this barracks. They might actually end up destroying it.
Stims all his Marines from really far away.
Yeah,
even the Marauder got stimmed. Ew.
Ooh.
It's a lot of energy to take off of the Medivacs.
I really do have to commend this guy though for playing random. I mean, this is just like so. Takes so much practice. I can't even believe he actually got this far doing this.
Yeah, totally. I mean, he's a solid player. It's just he's getting into these positions where the Zerg has been here, you know, 3 times more than he has.
Yeah, so true. And this is the part where it's going to be tough for a player who plays random is in this specific situation. How do you handle yourself? He's doing a great job scanning, though, and taking out these creep tumors. There's a lot of Banelings, though. There's a lot of actually everything Zerg-related.
It's a lot of Zerg stuff.
He's going to elevate this army over here, it looks like. Uh-oh.
Muta's on top of everything.
1 Hellion there was voted out of the medevac. So there's only room for 3.
Yeah, see this great harassment here by the Mutas, you know, on these close by air positions. This is a problem. Sometimes you see, you know, the Zerg will just fly in, and as soon as you go to attack him, he'll be back out.
Oh, wow. Sloppy control there with the Hellion. Zerg does manage to clean that up. I don't feel like Terran is entirely sure about what he wants to do.
Yeah.
He's actually like letting the Zerg just kind of sit back and make stuff. And really, when you're against the Zerg, you got to be in the Zerg's face the entire game.
Yeah. You can't just let them macro up. And a lot of Marines are being made. Likewise, Banelings will be made to answer.
I don't know. Uh-oh, hold that thought.
Trying to surround here with the Zerglings so the Banelings can get up here. Muta's
Oh
going
my
to take
God.
out these medevacs quite quickly, and oh no, GuMiho.
Oh no. It's just too much. There's no way Terran will ever get a third base at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, his army has just been decimated. And that supply right there, 89 to 133, Zerg ahead. Yeah. See, that is the problem, man. You got to choose a race. You got to stick to it.
Yeah, it's just he's not quite clean enough.
Yeah.
With any one specific race. His openers are good, though.
Yeah, because, you know, those are the things he gets to play a lot. But how many times has this exact situation come up for him? 3 times more for the Zerg.
By the way, guys, don't forget to submit questions for these players, for our Zerg player, presumably, because it looks like he's going to win this. I think the Zerg is just going to get ready for one big killing blow.
Oh, we do have a drop in the main base.
Oh, excuse me.
Not really doing anything. Yeah, GuMiho taking that third base, but
this is going to be very hard to hold. Zerg actually taking the gold base. He's so ahead.
Yeah.
He's actually comfortable taking the gold because he knows that the Terran can't even push up to this region and hit that with the siege tanks.
That's kind of funny. His supply, though, is mostly army for our Zerg player. If we look at the third base, the drone saturation is terrible. He just sent 3 more drones there, but he's got like 7 drones to that base total.
Once again, going for this barracks. Takes out that turret.
Muta's doing a great job harassing. They do have +1 attack. Here come the Banelings.
Now this is where it's going to be tough. Can Terran actually defend this? Terran looks like it's going to go for a drop, but he's going to actually have to be ready to keep this command center alive. It's also an orbital, which I think was a bad choice. He probably should have gotten a planetary.
I think you might realize he's quite far behind and wants to take that risk.
Yeah, take that risk. Yeah, I think you might be right.
Here come the Zerglings and the Banes. And going down to try to meet the army a little bit.
All right, here we go. And he's picking up everything.
Yeah, picking up a lot of Marines there. Takes out the Banes.
But also, the command center's gone.
Yeah, that is the problem.
He did what he needed to do.
You know, if we look real quick back at home for Zerg, look at that. A ton of Banelings being made. So many Banelings.
So many Banelings. That was actually awesome, that guy who made that DJ thing in your
amazing.
voice. So cool. All right. Here we go. Terran has to win this battle. I don't believe Terran will win this battle.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way. Look at how many Banelings. That is so many Banelings, and I can say it for reals this time because look at it. Just so many. But he is luring it into tank range, so our Zerg player does have to turn around. Unfortunately, the Terran just is not getting anything going for him. He may kill some units here and there, but his economy is running dry. In the meantime, Zerg, mining that gold base, got more than enough units.
Yeah. Terran, I mean, basically what Zerg would have to do to lose this right now is to make a serious blunder, miscontrol his army, and let the Terran get some kills. Because now that the Zerg has this gold base, I mean, that is just so much of an advantage right now. Once again, this barracks, which has been a focal point of tension in this game, is now finally taken out.
It has been a focal point of tension. But we do have a drop coming over while the Mutas destroy all the barracks.
Looks like he was debating pushing up there. That's right, siege tank, the gold base, this drop ship. Looked like for a second it was actually just trying to leave the map.
That's what I would do, man.
I know, I'd be like, all right, I'm out of here. The Zerg is dominating too much.
Yeah, he's just killing barracks at this point. I mean, our Terran player, if he had an economy, he couldn't replace his units because he's losing all his buildings. Now we do have this drop going on, so he's going for the spawning pool. Not a bad choice, but here come the Mutas and regular Zerglings.
And that's going to get cleaned up. Here comes another big drop. Let's see if, nope, second thoughts.
He's like, wait a minute, I'll be in the corner. I can't microverse Banes. This is not a good idea.
Terran's going to try to expand to the gold base. This is a huge risk. It's harder to keep in the bottom right, but he really doesn't have any choice. I don't blame the guy for trying to take that gold base. Yep. Here comes the Zerg to say, no, you don't.
He does have some siege tanks, though. He might be able to take out those Banes with them. Very nice against those Banes, running away. And our Zerg player loses the Banes.
Wow. I wonder if that's going to be the blunder that the Terran player needed.
Don't know. Still, the Zerg player is 50 supply up.
Yeah.
But, you know, this Terran, he is being awfully resilient.
Yeah, Terran is really hanging in there. I'm curious to see if he's going to make a planetary fortress over here. Siege tanks over here at the gold base. This is going to force the Zerg to engage. Nice control here, but the Mutalisks do clean up the siege tanks.
That is going to be a problem. That is how he was keeping the Marines alive versus Banes.
Yeah.
But here the Marines come. He decides this is the time to make my stand.
He just has too many mutas.
Oh, man, that is a lot of Mutalisks. And he does have that amount that you need to take out the
critical
Marine
mass.
medevac.
Yeah. Now, I'm surprised he hasn't made this into a planetary fortress yet, because that's the only way that's going to survive. Even then, though, there's just too many Mutalisks, quite possibly. And a siege tank that's not on siege in time.
Can't get away from that one.
I believe if the Terran doesn't hold this off, we will probably see GG.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he loses that, he's already lost his army. He's down to 64 supply against 114.
More Marines getting chased back. The command center is now completely exposed. And this is getting pretty rough. Meanwhile, back here we have a lot more units being produced. GG. Our only random player is out of the tournament.
Yeah, I don't think that's a huge surprise to anyone. I mean, he's clearly quite skilled, but
it's his late game that's suffering.
Yeah, he's not really making decisive good decisions, and that just comes from playing random.
Yeah, I mean, the only way you get good is by experience. It's not by watching a lot. It's not by, you know, there's the only way you can get good is by playing a lot. So if you're not playing that one race enough, in the late game you get in a situation, because, you know, some games end in 5 minutes, some games end in 10, some games end in 20. There are going to be some situations where you just haven't experienced that 20-minute game scenario. For instance, you're behind, you know, you're using drops, he's using mutas. How do I play this perfectly?
The game is unbelievably complex.
Yeah.
And you really have to understand every little nook and cranny of your race.
Yeah.
The smallest things make the differences in games.
Right.
And, you know, for GuMiho, he's gotten really far for being a random player. I'm surprised. I never thought we'd have a random player in the GSL.
Yeah, I never.
But he made it in. Unfortunately, he was stopped by StarTale's monster.
I'm still surprised he didn't check for the Overlord. With the SCV to start, because that's like
he might be
one of the first tricks you learn.
Well.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. So I hope to see him again. Hopefully he'll have improved. You know, it just takes time. Yeah. And maybe he'll do better in the next GSL.
Hopefully,
this isn't the only time we ever see a random player compete.
It's nice to see him, but you know, maybe he should have stuck to the cheesiness that we're used to from randoms.
Yeah, to be honest,
that's what randoms do normally do. They normally cheese a lot.
Yeah, they all in a lot.
That's
what I did when I was doing random. It was lots of cheese and all in and stuff.
And the other thing is, when you're cheesing, you're actually dictating what's happening, so you do it a lot more.
We'll be right back, guys. Enjoy the interview.